Google, are we going to buy or sell? Okay, we're going to sell. I'm dying for this to go wrong. It doesn't seem to want to. So we're going to sell from this level if price gets there. And we're going to sell from this level if price gets there. Let's have a look and see. Okay, I would say that's just triggered that one in. I'm going to leave this on just in case price goes up. There we are. So we've now triggered into this one. Now then, do I want to add again at the next one? I would say yes. In fact, it's probably going to add 2 more. So I'm going to put a pending here. And then up here, this is the 39,000, big round number. So I definitely want to have one there. If price shoots up to the top, I'm only going to be in 4 trades total. Nothing to worry about. Let's have a look and see. Okay, so we have triggered this one in. So we're in 3 trades now. So this one is running against us. Oh, I got really close. I'm just going to move this over so we can see. One more candle. Will it trigger it in? No. Yes. Okay, so we're now in 4. What I'm going to have to do is just quickly clone this. And then drag this up. So just so we've got the next set of lines. Now, do I actually want to put another trade on? It's broken these highs. Okay, so this potentially could go further. I probably don't want to put another one here. I would put another one up here, sort of on the 50. I would go for, let's say, the far side. I'm going to put my next order here. So I'm choosing to skip these 2 levels now, just because I don't want to get like 6 or 7 trades on. Okay, we've already got 4. I want to give it a decent gap. If price makes it up here, I'll add another. And in reality, I would probably add this at a larger size. But again, I'm not going to. I'm going to assume all of these are the same risk. Let's see if we can get out of this one. Okay, so if I had put another trade on, that would have been triggered. And if I'd put another trade on, that would have been triggered. Look at this rejection now. Look how far the market's gone. This is now is very likely to retrace. Like that. Okay. Is it going to come all the way back down? We need a bit of a bigger move than this. And now, look at this. Right here, right at this point here, that was break even. Okay, so we could have been out at break even right there. I reckon, looking at this, it's either going to get to this level here, which was the start of the move, or the 50%. I reckon there's one more candle in this. So I can close right now at break even, but I'm not going to. I'm going to be cocky. I'm just going to see, get rid of that label. I'm just going to see if we get one more candle. Boom, and there we go. So now I'm going to close everything. So let's have a look and see. Whoops. Let's have a look and see what the result was. Well, this one is clearly break even. This one is clearly in a profit. Sorry, this one is in a loss. This one is break even. This one is in a profit. I'll add this up in a sec. Change this one, make it green. So we have, assuming again 1% per zone, this is a 1%, 2% winner. This is a 1% winner, so the total of these two is 3. This is obviously 0, it's break even, so we have 3% of profit and 1% of loss. So if you add these together, this is a 2% profit. Now, obviously it did go further. This pending order up here was not triggered. Okay, and actually if I had put a couple more orders on, and maybe this one, if I'd gone for the one before the 50 rather than the one after, I could have gotten out much sooner. But I also remember on the previous candle had the chance to get out at break even. So again, look at the difference actually of Google's performance on this day. It's been wrong once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. It's been right twice and wrong 4 times. And what's the result been? Well, every single trade has made a profit so far. What is the current time? Let me just have a look. Okay, so we're currently, actually, what I said was I was going to stop on the London. The London is sort of 5 o'clock. It's currently 4 o'clock, as you can see. Should we be cheeky and do one more? This video is very long. It's 32.5 minutes. I'm sure you've kind of got the gist by now. Actually, I'll tell you what, I will stop it because what I want to do is just review the trades that's happened, and it's already a very, very long video. So, over this 2-day period, when obviously you can see it's kicked off some pretty big moves, nothing's really sort of been too scary. We've had a couple that have gone 4 or 5 against, but they've all come back. And if your risk was controlled, if you were risking a sensible amount, like maybe 0.5% or less per zone, then the drawdown was pretty comfortable. And even if you were really sort of going for it and risking a higher percentage, the drawdown was still not that bad for a high risk account. But ultimately what you can see here is that you know, when you're right, the trades take care of themselves. Okay. And there was no skill involved in us being right in this video. It was literally using Google coin flip. So it was totally random whether or not we were going to get the direction right or wrong. But what I want you to pay attention to is that when the direction was wrong, the system recovered it. And that's because the market very often retraces itself. And there's lots of opportunities to get out at break even or a profit, even when you were totally wrong. So like I said at the very start of this video, don't get too wound up with your analysis and whether or not you can read a chart and read a market and predict where it's going. You will be wrong probably half the time, okay? I'm wrong a little bit less than that, but it doesn't really matter, because even if you trade totally randomly, where you're wrong a lot of the time, as you can see on this current example, you're still going to get out 90% of the time. You're still going to get out in a break even or a win. Now, what if this trade had kept going? Well, I would have cut it. And let's say I did have to cut this trade. Look at the profits from the previous 2 days, okay? The chances are the account was still in profit overall or at break even. And if you had another couple of days sort of trade in history, which looked like this as well, your account is going to be massively up. So when you do eventually get a move that goes that little bit too far, let's assume that this one actually carried on. Oops. Let's assume that this move here actually carried on, you know, was a little bit too uncomfortable and we did end up cutting it. Most of the time, all you do when you cut is you just give back some of the previous day's profit, okay? And then you go straight back onto a winning streak and you make it back anyway. So this is an interesting, fun little exercise for you to do. Pick a couple of random days. I tend to pick like the volatile ones with the news events and stuff like that. Just use Google coin flip. Just trade a couple of days and sort of see how it goes. And you'll see very quickly that actually your analysis does not have to be spot on most of the time. It just doesn't, okay? You can afford to be wrong and you'll probably still come out at a profit, okay? Hope you enjoyed this video, guys.